anyway, what we're doing.
I'm just going to ask you about yourself. Right?
You know all about it.
I know all about it. I'm not going to ask you those sorts of questions. I'm going to ask you some sensible ones. I've got a reputation to keep here. Have you started?
Yep.
Yeah. This is my auntie Dora. She's now 90. Tell us, were you actually born in Fryston, though?
Yes.
Tell us, just talk to me.
I'm born in Oxford Street.
In Oxford Street in Fryston.
Yeah.
So what year would that have been?
1922.
Same year as Ava Gardner, as we've said before.
Yeah.
A good year.
A very
Same
good
year
year.
as that,
A very
yeah.
good year for beautiful women. Yeah. So what do you remember about Fryston in those days then, 1922? What were the roads and things like that like?
Just mud roads and
Were they?
yeah.
Yeah, were there many cars around? Or,
No, about one, that's all in the village.
Right.
There'd only be about one in the village. Nobody, they couldn't afford cars then.
No.
No.
So what sort of village, I mean, was it a lovely place to live in?
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it, yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody was nice there, friendly.
So if you think back to your childhood then, who are some of the people that stand out as being, you know, as the Fryston village of those days?
Well,
Who were your favourite people in Fryston at that time?
well, most people. I mean, I know nearly everybody.
So
They
who
were
would
all
have been your neighbours
friendly.
then?
Armstrong, Mrs. Armstrong, and other
Yeah.
side Dalton's.
Ah, but that's Brook Street. What
That's
about
Brook
when you
Street.
lived down in Oxford Street? Can you remember?
Oh
anything
no,
about
I can't remember
bit
that.
too
I was
young.
only two. I was just two. Well, from Oxford Street, I went into Weldon Road, and we lived with Aunt Elsie, and until we got a house in Brook Street.
Right,
So when I went to Brook Street, I was about 2 years old.
Right. So you went to school in Fryston?
Yeah.
Who would have been some of the teachers at Fryston that you went?
Mr. and Mrs. Rickaby were headmaster and headmistress.
Yeah. Well, were they strict? Were they nice? How were they?
Oh, he was straight from Mr. Rickaby. Yeah. In a twirly moustache.
Yeah.
Did you ever get yourself into trouble then? Did you do
No,
what you
no,
shouldn't have
no, we're good. Not like I am now.
Your dad used to snowball you, do you remember?
Your dad, yeah, he did.
So Joan Armstrong's dad George used to throw
So
snowballs.
snowballs at me, yes.
Did he?
Mm,
Oh,
done? Throw them back.
always. They get better out of me now.
Did you have a good age?
Every time. I'm good at everything.
So tell us
I'm
about...
good at cricket, I'm good at football.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, but you had an older sister, Elsie.
Yes.
She died now.
She
of
died
course, yeah.
3 years ago.
How did you get on with it? I mean, was it an older sister relationship there? Did you?
Proper relationship, yeah.
Yeah.
I loved her.
Good lass. Yeah. So
Well,
tell,
loved all my sisters.
tell us about, you know, I mean, I obviously knew my grandparents when they were old, but what sort of people were there in the younger, well, like when you were a lass? What sort of people were there?
Well, we were all happy at home, and
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't go out much. Dad used to go to the pub and have a pint, but my mother hardly ever went out,
Yeah.
unless we took her, to
Yeah.
down to Castleford or somewhere like that.
So amongst their friends and what have you, any particular people who stand out that you remember?
Among their friends,
Yeah, you know,
Mr. and Mrs. Spedding,
yeah. What were their first names?
Elsie and Jack Spedding.
Yeah,
They lived in our street, just a bit higher up,
yeah.
and what else? Of course, Aunt Elsie lived in Fryston as well, and
Yeah.
we used to go see her a lot. We went to see Aunt Elsie a lot.
So what did people, you know, I mean, it was a self-contained village, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Fryston, things
definitely,
like
yeah.
that. So what did you have in terms of shops and things like that?
Well, we had a fish shop, we had a grocery shop, and a drapery shop, and then an old lady called Mrs. Brace, and she used to have a paper shop and, you know, sell sweets and tobaccos.
Milton's Arms further down, weren't there?
Oh, then there's a pub, Mills Arms, yes.
You used to get a bit of pocket money to get some sweets every now and again.
Yeah.
You've been good.
Yeah, I used to take, on Saturday morning, I used to take a basket with some meat in, joints of meat, and take them for the butcher. He used to deliver them for him. And I got a shilling. I was still going to school, but it was a lot to me then, a shilling. It was a lot to everybody.
So would you spend that? Did you used to save your money up, or did you spend it on sweets?
No, we spent it.
And in terms of who used to keep those shops, well, for example, who ran the Mills Arms?
Mr. Williamson,
Yeah.
his wife, and had 2 sons and 2 daughters. And
They were a very, very well-known butcher, weren't they?
yeah, but what they call it,
Butcher
Cuddy
Bateson.
Bateson.
Yeah.
Cuddy
You remember
Bateson.
him?
Yeah.
Tell us about him. He was a bit of a character.
Well, if you went in the shop, you don't put your finger on the counter. I'll see be there, bang.
Chop it off.
It had to be clean, everything. You
That
couldn't
was a
put your
hatchet they
feet.
brought down.
You couldn't put your fingers on the counter. And it got a case from Cuddy.
But in terms of when you went to work after school, tell us about your work career then, because that's been pretty interesting and related to Fryston, hasn't it? You did domestic service, didn't you?
Yeah, so
Tell
I
us
did it
about
for
that.
about 30 years.
Well, tell us a bit about that.
Well, when I first left school, I went to Burton's
In Leeds,
in Leeds. Yeah,
Taylor.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I went really well. I had rheumatic fever,
Right.
so I left there, and then I went in service. I went to Bullock that works at Fryston. He was manager at Fryston. I went to work for them
Yeah.
for so many years, and then I had to go into munitions, Thorpe Arch.
Right. So during the war.
Yes,
Yeah.
to Thorpe Arch.
A lot of women from the village would have done that sort of during the war then, would they?
Oh yes,
Yeah, munitions.
yeah, either that, or you had to work on buses, or go in nappy, or
Yeah.
things like that, army, you know. So, of course, I went to Thorpe Arch and worked there, and
Yeah.
I had a really nice time. I enjoyed it.
Then after that, you returned to work at Bullock?
Yes, at Swillington.
At Swillington, agricultural
Swillington
schools.
Arms. Swillington,
That's right.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I worked for him for 30 years.
30 years. Yeah. And he was the famous pit manager who worked at
Yeah.
Fryston Colliery.
Yeah.
You know, the author of Them and Us,
That,
wasn't he?
yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, good. And what's if you could just sum it up then? I mean, Fryston in your day. Sum it up in terms of what sort of village it was.
Well, I told you, it was very friendly. We know everybody in the village, and they're all helpful.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it. Enjoyed living there.
Yeah. And do you occasionally go back to Fryston?
Only hot times now. I mean, I can't get out so very well. But if anybody takes me down, I like to go down and have a look down.
Yeah.
But
You'd
it's
like-
altered a lot.
Would you like to see it make a bit of a comeback?
I would, yes.
Yeah.
I
So
don't think it will though.
in future years, when you sort of remarry and everything, you might settle back down there. is
Oh, I
that it?
might do, yes.
Well, I'll fix you up. I know just the bloke.
Did you?
Well done, Dora. Thanks for that.
Right then, I'll see you.